Hello everyone. Today I'll be discussing the compliance requirements on exporting non-food products, specifically furniture, to the United States. This presentation will guide you through the essential steps to ensure your products meet US regulations, making your export process smoother and more efficient. Let's get started. We will cover 5 main topics in this presentation. First, we'll look at understanding supplier requirements for US shipments, followed by why compliance is important. Then we'll go over the basic supplier requirements for shipping to the US. We'll also touch on additional requirements when supplying larger retailers or established distributors. And finally, we'll wrap up with how to ensure compliance before you ship your products. When exporting non-food products, specifically furnitures, to the US, it's not just about aesthetics or build quality. Suppliers are expected to meet a combination of structural durability, safety, and regulatory compliance standards. US buyers are particularly focused on materials being weather resistant, non toxic, and labeled correctly. This is especially true for outdoor use, where exposure to sunlight, moisture, and varying temperatures can affect performance and safety. To stay competitive in the US market, suppliers need more than just a good product. You need accurate product specs, documentation for things like durability and material safety, and all the required paperwork to support smooth customs clearance. This builds buyer confidence that not only your product will pass inspection, but that you're a reliable and long-term partner. Why does compliance matter? Compliance matters because it protects both your customers and your business. First, it ensures consumer safety, especially for outdoor furniture exposed to weather and daily use. Second, it allows for smooth customs clearance by avoiding delays or rejections due to missing documents. Third, it builds buyer and retailer confidence. Compliant suppliers are seen as more reliable. And finally, it offers legal protection in case of product issues, helping limit liability with proper documentation. In short, compliance keeps your products market ready, trusted, and protected. Here we have the list of the basic supplier requirements. This gives us a quick overview on what these documents could be. In the next few slides, we'll go through each of these requirements in more detail, so you'll understand what's needed and why it matters. First is the HTS code classification. The HTS code is how US Customs identifies and categorizes your product. It determines the duty rates and tells authorities which regulations apply. Misclassification can cause delays or even fines, so accuracy is key. Next is the country of origin marking. All products must be clearly marked with their country of origin. The format is usually the words made in followed by the country. This is a legal requirement and also helps buyers verify authenticity and sourcing transparency. Next, we have the commercial invoice. This provides US Customs with key details such as product descriptions, quantities, values, and terms. It's essential for determining duties and verifying the legitimacy of your shipment. Next, we have the packing list. This shows how the products are packed, how many cartons, what's inside, and their weights. It helps both logistic handlers and customs efficiently inspect and process your goods. Next, we have the bill of lading or airway bill. This is your proof of shipment and your contract with the shipping carrier. US Customs need this to process the entry, and your buyer uses it to track and confirm delivery. Next, we have the labeling for use. Clear usage labels like outdoor use only or keep away from fire helps prevent misuse. While not always required, they improve safety and reduce customer complaints as to why it is recommended. Next, we have lead and heavy metals testing. If your furniture has painted or coated surfaces, testing for lead and other heavy metals is important. This ensures that your products are safe and compliant especially for markets with strict safety expectations. Next, we have the Freight Insurance Certificate. While not mandatory, freight insurance is highly recommended. It protects you and your buyer from losses due to damage or theft during international transit. Next, we have fragile or handling labels. Proper handling labels like fragile or this side up reduces breakage and mishandling. They're simple, but they help preserve product quality and avoid returns or disputes. Next is Proposition 65 Compliance Statement. A Proposition 65 compliance statement is required only if you are shipping directly to California. However, it's recommended to include this. It signals that your products have been checked for harmful chemicals, which many buyers across the US see as good industry practice. Including it can simplify approvals and strengthen buyer confidence, especially with retailers who distribute nationwide. Lastly is your Proposition 65 warning. If your product contains any chemicals listed under the Proposition 65, a warning label is required. This avoids legal penalties and ensures your product stays on the market. Now that we've covered the basic compliance requirements for exporting furniture to the US, let's look at additional requirements that suppliers should prepare when working with larger or more demanding US buyers. Number 1, we have the product performance and durability testing documentation. Larger buyers want proof that your furniture meets performance standards, like weather resistance, load bearing strength, or fade resistance. This documentation shows that your products are built to last and can handle real world use. Next, we have product recall and traceability systems. Retailers need to know that if something goes wrong, you can quickly trace and isolate the affected products. A clear recall and traceability process helps protect consumers and reduces business risk for both you and your buyer. And lastly is the supply chain transparency documentation. Many companies now require documentation that shows where and how your materials are sourced. This helps verify compliance with labor laws, environmental policies, and corporate social responsibility goals. It's especially important if your buyer has sustainability commitments or public reporting requirements. Next, we will discuss ensuring compliance before shipping. Before your products leave the warehouse, it's essential to double check that everything is in order, from documentation to labeling to quality checks. We'll now go over each steps to ensure full compliance before shipping. First, verify that your product classification and documentation are accurate, including HTS codes, invoices, and packing lists. Mistakes here can cause costly delays at customs. Second, check that all labeling is complete and compliant. This includes country of origin, handling labels, and any required warnings. Third, make sure any necessary safety or compliance certifications are in place, especially if your product is painted or coated. And finally, manage risk by clearly labeling your packaging and goods. Correct handling labels and documentation reduce the chance of damage or confusion during transit. Getting these steps right ensures smoother clearance, fewer issues, and stronger buyer confidence. Thank you for your attention throughout this overview on exporting furniture products to the US and ensuring compliance. Staying proactive with compliance not only protects your business, it also helps build trust with US buyers and retailers. If you have any questions or need support, feel free to reach out to us. You can contact us at csuccess@consultairinc.com or hello@consultairinc.com, or call us at 1-202-982-3002. Let's build your brand and grow together. Thank you for listening.